Okay, so hi guys, I'm back. It's Desiree. Alright, so let's just get started. This video is just gonna be a story time about my Rolling Loud experience, and then while I'm talking about that, people also commented my previous Maddie look videos that can I do a hair tutorial. So I'm gonna also show how I did those 2 hairstyles for the Maddie makeup look. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. All right, so I went to the Rolling Loud in New York. If you don't know, I live in Jersey. Yeah, so basically my experience overall, I would say that my experience, if I had to rate it from 1 to 10, it would be an 8.5 or a 9. You know, I had fun, I enjoyed myself, but it also had like some shit that went down, specifically the second night. Okay, yeah, and these lashes look retarded, so whatever. But okay, so specifically the second night, but I'm gonna talk about the first night. The first night, there was nothing really to talk about. Everything was everything was fun, you know. Me and Jordan's my boyfriend. Me and Jordan, we basically had a hotel out there. It was a group of us there. It was me and my friend and Jordan, and then my brother, and then a whole, like, it was just a group of us. It was other people there too, you know, mutual friends and stuff. So yeah, first day they ran out of water. Like, it wasn't even like halfway. I mean, it kind of was halfway through the day, but they ran out of water the first day. Like, how are you gonna run out of water? But that was just the first day. Besides that, everything was pretty cool. The second night, we got there, everything was fine until we got to the stage where Young Thug was performing. So, oh my god. So once we got to that stage, we were there early. Actually, it was somebody performing before him. I don't even know who the fuck he was. It was like rager music for, like, it was like rock and roll rager. We were making our way towards, like, closer and closer to the stage because it was Young Thug, and then it was, who was performing after him? I think it was Lil Uzi and somebody else. I can't even remember, but like I was saying, everyone wanted to get up close to like the front of the stage because that's where like shit is lit at. So we thought. But yeah, so we're making our way closer to the stage. You know, you're like shoving people, like doing a train with your friends holding hands, making your way through the crowd and stuff. So everything was good at first, but the closer we got to the stage, that's when shit started getting worse. Like, the crowd. By the way, people asked me where I got these clips, and I said Amazon. All you have to do is type in diamond bobby pins, because that's what they are. They're just bobby pins with diamonds on them. Matter of fact. So we're making our way all the way closer up to the front of the stage, to the front of the crowd, and it's getting to the point where like we're like this next to each other, like this tight next to each other. So we're this tight next to each other, and it's like a whole bunch of people in the front trying to get closer and closer, and we're all trying to get closer. So all these people are all shoving each other, pushing each other. It was getting so bad. Like while we're making our way up, the crowd is falling back because people all the way in the front, I almost fell back, because people all the way in the front, they're like being trampled over, like over the fence, the stage is in front of you, and I'm behind a gate, and the crowd is behind me. So everybody's trying to come to the front of the stage. There's hundreds of people, probably thousands of people there trying to go to the front of the stage. Just imagine that. Everybody's pushing forward, and then the people all the way in the front of the crowd, they're pushing everybody back. So it's like, it's two forces, like, just going like that. We're pushing forward, they're pushing back. They were pushing so back that it was starting a wave, like a ripple effect. It was a wave where everybody was just falling back like that, or just leaning back. I don't know if people fell. Somebody probably fell if they was like hella drunk. So that's happening. We're still trying to make our way to the front. And we did it. We got hella close. We got hella close to the crowd. Hella close in the crowd. And so we all get stuck like in this certain area of the crowd. Like, we're near the stage, but we're stuck. We can't move any further. We can't move any further. It was so annoying. Everybody's on top of each other, you know. Then me, I was surrounded by all guys around me. I'm only 5'2", you guys. Let me just say that. So I'm looking, I'm like, all right, I'm just going like this. I'm having my arms up like this because this is like my space. This is the only room I have to breathe. So I'm like this, trying to protect my space while people are just like pushing against me. So I'm trying to like protect my area. Like, bruh, I need this much space to breathe. Like, I just need this much space. So I'm like this in the crowd, like pushing against people like that, you know, like that, because if not, bro. So I'm just doing the diamond clips basically right here and right here, like in the video. So it was all guys around me. There was people still trying to push their way in the crowd, still trying to get closer in the stage. Like, bro, there's nowhere to go. There's literally nowhere you could possibly go. Like you're pushing to go where? You're just making it worse for all of us. You're just making it worse for all of us, because it's more people coming to the front. Like, there's no room at all. So I'm just like this, protecting myself like that. If somebody's falling on me, they're falling on my hand, and I'm pushing them back like that. And then this guy comes over, tall as fuck, bro. Tall as fuck. Like, he had to be over 6. He had to be 6 something, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Tall as hell. He's like that big, and I'm 5'2", remind you. So I'm just like this, trying to protect myself or whatever. And he's fucking being the biggest asshole. Like, he was the biggest dickhead ever, bro. He was like pushing my friends and stuff. He was like trying to squeeze through, trying to get closer. And he was gay, and he was with his boyfriend. But he was like sassy and rude, like you know what I'm talking about. He was just being like extra as fuck. So he's like pushing everybody, and mind you, this is a guy. Like, I'm a girl, I know he saw me. Like, I was literally right next to him, and he's leaning. Somebody that's fucking 6 feet, over 6 feet, all their weight leaning on me. He's like that, leaning on me, trying to push me out the way and stuff. I was like, bro, this is not fucking real. And I'm over here, I'm pushing him like that. We're going back and forth. It was so dumb, but no, it wasn't dumb. He was just being a fucking dick. So he's pushing me. He knows how little I am, and he's tall as fuck, pushing all his body weight on me and stuff. So we're going back and forth. pushing each other and stuff. This is like us, like me and him, we weren't even making eye contact. I mean, I was looking at him, I'm like, damn, bro, like, the hell, like, there's not enough room, y'all need to move, blah blah blah. And he's not even making eye contact with me, but he's over here pushing me and stuff, all his fucking weight on me. Once he started doing that, I'm like, once he came next to me, that's when shit just started going downhill, bro. So I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck, this is so annoying. But I wasn't like, I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna just have to stick this out like this, like holding my hands, like protecting myself like that. So then his boyfriend is just quiet, and he's over here like, oh, we're gonna go to the front, we're gonna make our way to the front, come on babe, we're gonna go to the front. And his boyfriend was just like silent, not even saying anything, because he knew, like, bruh, like, you're dead being wrong, you're over here pushing everybody and stuff, is no room for y'all to go to the fucking front, bruh. I'm out of breath. I feel like I'm getting sick, like, I sound hella weird.
I'm editing, and yes, I did get sick, by the way.
And my nose is stuffed. Okay, whatever. So he's over here, he's still pushing and stuff. Then I think something happens where, like, I think Young Thug was about to perform, or he was performing or something like that. So the crowd is going crazy, and there's more people pushing, trying to make their way to the front, and we're like all already squished like this. We're all packed, people packed like this, squished. So it got to the point where my feet wasn't even touching the floor anymore. Like, I was literally floating in the crowd, because the crowd kept like swaying like this, like going crazy, because people was pushing each other in the crowd. So we're all just like rocking back and forth like this. You know, I had my little style like that. I couldn't even last like that. I got to the point where I was just like this too with everybody else, and I'm just swaying around in the fucking crowd, bro. I was just swaying in the crowd. Once my feet didn't touch the floor anymore, it was a wrap, bro. That was just it for me. Like, the fact that my feet is not in the floor, like, I can't touch the floor anymore. I'm just floating in the crowd with everybody. And I'm like, bro, I'm just thinking like this. Mind you, with the same fucking guy still pushing all his weight on me, his big ass, and him and his boyfriend. And then I'm surrounded by guys. I'm like, okay, Desiree, if you fall, because mind you, I didn't have balance because my feet wasn't touching the floor. So I'm like, ooh, this eyelash is terrible. So I'm like, all right, Desiree, if you fall, you're done. Like, you're going to the floor, and people are gonna trample over you. Like, people not even gonna know that you're there. They're not gonna give a fuck that a girl is on the floor in the crowd and shit. And that was just like my wake-up call. I'm like, all right, this is like to the point, because you hear of stories like that, like people passing out in the crowd and people stepping on them and they gotta go to the hospital or whatever. Ooh, I scratched myself too hard. So I wasn't trying to be another story on the news, on Instagram, or nothing. I wasn't trying to. It was a wrap, bruh. That was just like my breaking point. Like, that was the turning point for it all. I'm like, all right, once my feet didn't touch the floor, that's when I started like almost panicking. I was literally panicking, because I have this big guy on my fucking body. I can't breathe, like, because we're so tight. And so I started panicking. I'm like, okay, bruh. Like, no funny shit. I'm like, all right, Desiree, you're not touching the floor. If you want to walk out, you can't even leave, like, going backwards through the crowd to leave, because there was so many people pushing forward. So I'm like, bro, I'm literally trapped here in this fucking crowd. I was like, I'm literally stuck here. I can't breathe right now. Like, I really can't breathe. This is going on in my head. I was trying so hard not to fucking panic or like have an anxiety attack. I'm just like, all right, what do? Like, I need to just stay calm, just rock with the crowd. If I try to fight the crowd, it would have been bad for me. So I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'm just trying to focus right now. I'm trying to breathe like that. I was trying to like make my way on top of people. So I'm just like, all right, can I breathe? Because I'm short as fuck. I'm like, I need some air. I can't breathe. It was like all tall people in the front. So I'm like, like just trying to climb on top, like just to get a fresh breath of air. So I'm jumping too in the crowd, because when the beat was dropping or whatever the fuck, people started jumping in the crowd. So I'm like jumping, trying to stay like with the crowd, jumping with the crowd just to get a fresh breath of air, like when I'm jumping up. Bro, that shit was terrible. So yeah, hold up, let me finish putting these clips in. So this is how I had my hair in the first video. Yeah, this is how I had my hair in the first video, but I just had it behind me like that, and it wasn't wet, it was all dry, so it was like more voluminous or whatever. And then I'm gonna do the second look. Okay, so I'm here in the crowd. I'm trying not to panic, but like my heart is beating fast. I can't breathe. Like it was getting so fucking bad. And then the guy next to me, the one who was being rude and sassy, he was like, he was just saying slick shit the whole time, like, we're gonna make our way to the front. I don't know why short people, he said something about short people. I don't know why short people even come to concerts. He said something like that. And just being like a fucking, oh god, he was just, like, if I had room, I would have smacked his big ass. But anyways, so, and mind you, at this point where the crowd is going, like, it's just uncontrollable, we lost our friends in the crowd. Like, our whole little friend group just like split up in the crowd because it was that bad. You couldn't even stay with your friends. You was just busy fighting other people, pushing other people. It got to the point where everybody just split up. So that, it was a wrap for me. Like I said, once my feet wasn't touching the floor anymore, and I couldn't, like, I had no option to go back and leave through the crowd because I was facing all those people behind me that was pushing forward, and I'm small as hell. I would have been crushed in that crowd. So I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, I'm just thinking in my head, trying not to panic. I'm like, yo, what do I do? Like, I'm literally in this crowd, and if I do panic, nobody's gonna give a fuck. Like, people are so busy, like, trying to just being lit, that nobody's gonna give a fuck if I like just fucking had an anxiety attack. So I look, oh yeah, so the guy was busy like saying slick shit the whole time, and I was surrounded by guys. So I'm like, bro, a fight is gonna start out, because the guys around me, they was all looking already like fed up of his bullshit of just him existing. They was just like fed up of him, like the look on their faces. I'm like, bro, this guy's gonna keep talking shit, and he's gonna start something, and a fight is gonna break out in this tiny ass area with all these people squished together. I'm like, I need to leave. If a fight breaks out and they hit me, because it was so tight that you couldn't even throw a punch. If you threw a punch, you was hitting like 10 other people. So, and I was right next to him. I'm like, bro, people are gonna try to fight this guy. Like, I need to go. Like, I had no option. I had to dip. Like, that was it. I had to dip. So I'm looking. We were more on the left side of the stage, and on the left side there was like, I think it was like a VIP section and a security section. So I'm looking and I see this girl. I see a girl and she's like, she's going through the crowd, going through security, and security is lifting her up over the gate because she couldn't deal with it either. She was little as hell, just like me. And she left the crowd. Like, it was getting too crazy in there. You couldn't breathe at all. Like, and my friend on Instagram, she even told me the same thing because she was there also in the front. And she told me the same thing. She was like, bro, it was so crazy. I couldn't breathe. I was just like you. I was floating in the crowd, swaying. I wasn't touching the floor, blah, blah, blah. So it was just like, but the difference is that she is bigger than me. So she stood in the crowd. I think she stood in the crowd. I don't even know. But she is bigger than me. But bro, I'm 5'2". So I saw the girl leaving with security. She was like making her way through the crowd and she left through the side, the VIP section. I'm like, bro, at this point, I don't even give a fuck. Like, it was to the point where like my safety, like, I didn't feel safe at all. Like, bro, I really did not feel safe. It was all tall people in front of me anyway, so it wasn't even like I could see the stage clearly. I'm like, bro, this isn't even worth it. I don't give a fuck who is performing. It could be fucking Rihanna performing. I'm dipping. Like, well, well, no, if it was Rihanna performing, then it probably, I don't know, it probably would have been a different story. But it was Young Thug and I think Lil Uzi. I know that it was lit, but I'm like, bro, my safety is my main concern right now. If I don't feel safe, like, if I fall on this floor because of somebody else, or if I just fall because I don't have any balance or whatever, people are gonna fucking crush me. Like, they are gonna crush my little body. Like, they are gonna step all over me. I'm gonna be in the hospital. I'm gonna be in the news. I'm gonna be on Instagram, a viral video. Like, I just wasn't for it. Like, I wasn't trying to get no black eyes either from that fucking guy starting shit, talking shit and stuff, and it was all guys around me. I'm just like, I'm following that girl and I'm leaving. Like, that's it. I'm gone. I'm leaving. It was nice. I enjoyed day 1. I enjoyed day 2 until this bullshit started happening. But that's it. I'm leaving. Like, so I'm pushing through the crowd, whatever. I'm pushing through the crowd. I'm trying to like get to the side of the stage so I could leave with security. And yeah, I was trying to get, so I'm making my way, I'm pushing my way through the crowd. I don't even think if I told Jordan that I was leaving. No, I think I did tell him. I'm like, I'm leaving. Like, I can't do this. I can't breathe right now. I'm leaving. Yeah, I think I did tell him that. So I'm leaving. I'm pushing. Mind you, I lost my best friend and her girlfriend at this point. Like, and they are littler than me. Like, they're probably like 4 something, 5, like 5 feet max. And they're littler than me. And now imagine them in the crowd. I was looking for them. I couldn't even see them. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what happened to everybody else that was with us. So I'm just like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I can't do this. I make it to the side where the security was. They lift me up from the crowd. I mean, it was pretty easy. Well, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna have to be like pushing people out the way to get to security and stuff. But no, I told them, like, when I was like making my way through it, I'm like, I'm leaving, can you let me through? I'm leaving, can you let me through? And they were like, they were fucking human beings, and they wasn't being a bitch like that other guy. They was letting me pass through. So yeah, I'm gonna do the second look. But like I was saying, people were being understanding, and they was like trying to make room for me to leave through the exit, through the security. So they were being like, it wasn't as bad. I thought I was gonna be fighting for my life trying to leave the fucking crowd. So I make it out. They lift me up over the gate. Like, they really just lifted me up over the gate. And it was like kind of embarrassing. it was kind of embarrassing because just of the fact that I was like by the screen area, and so like everybody could see me and shit. Like the crowd, they like people on that side, they saw me leaving the crowd and shit. I'm just like, you know what? I didn't even make any eye contact with the crowd. I'm just like, you know what? I just speed walked out. I'm like, you know what? I know I couldn't handle this. It's alright. This was embarrassing, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm leaving. That was it. I was just out. Then I was waiting too to see if like my boyfriend made it out, and I felt bad. I'm like, oh my god, I know he wanted to be there in the crowd, like being lit, watching Young Thug and Lil Uzi or whatever, but he was being a good boyfriend and he did follow me out the crowd. And so we just left. We went to get some food. We did hear them performing like Young Thug and Lil Uzi. We heard them all the way from the fucking food place. So we kind of did experience their performance, but yeah, like that was my story time.